Thanks for tuning in to Healthy Planet One, where we discuss healthy living from experts in each of their fields. This is your host, Patricia Starr.
And your co-host, Kimberly Knock. Welcome. And today's guest on Healthy Planet One is Laurie Pawli. And welcome, Laurie. And we're going to be talking about the releasing the energies of 2020 and creating a fresh new vibration for 2021. Woohoo! Right? So welcome, Laurie. How are you?
Thank you. Yes, I'm excited to have the 2020 experience move into another direction. So I'm
Beautiful.
fabulous.
Yeah. Excellent. I'm going to just introduce you to our listeners a bit here. So you deal with energy, and I love Feng Shui. So Laurie she's had a passion for Feng Shui for so long, and she just really thrives on creating these beautiful, peaceful spaces for your home and your business, taking design and color, using her intuition to encourage balance and harmony. And who doesn't need that now? So she is a student of Grand Master Professor Lin Yun and received her Feng Shui certification from the Integrative School of Feng Shui in San Diego 19 years ago. And she's also the founder and director of the Feng Shui School of Chicago and Florida. And she's recognized at gold level schools from the International Feng Shui Guild. So welcome, Laurie, and wow. So where would you start in this year? We're almost coming up.
Well, first of all, let me just say that, we've all been experiencing some very unusual situations in 2020 that we've kind of gone in a different realm, I would say, of energy in our homes and in our environment. So, when we talk about Feng Shui and we talk about the energy, the first place that I always recommend to look at is your home. We've had just so many changes in our lifestyle at this point, but that would really be the focus is let's start in the house.
Yeah, so some people probably have already been doing a little bit of rearranging, hopefully throwing out things. I've heard a lot of people talk about getting rid of stuff. That creates, obviously, new energy flow in spaces, right?
Absolutely.
Since they've been at home more, kind of cleaning out the closets. What does that do?
Yeah, well, all of that is good. And we're starting the beginning of the year in just a short time. So if you really set your mental state to clear the energy of your home and clear the energy of your mind together, you've got a win-win situation. We've all been at home much more than normal. And so the thing is that everybody's been sprucing up. We've been cleaning out drawers, cleaning out closets. Yeah. But which is all good news, but the one issue that everybody has had is that there's more people in the house. The kids are in many places still, doing virtual learning. People are working from home, so they've got their home offices that are set up, for two people. It's just a total different combination of energies that we're feeling in our house right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so let's move back to sharing what Feng Shui is, because you just brought up a great point with all of the added technology, maybe more in the home. So talk about what Feng Shui is, and then that'll start a great framework here.
Okay, perfect. Well, Feng Shui is really, it's called like the Chinese art of placement. And really, when I think of that, I think of two things. One is the physical, or as we say in Feng Shui speak, that's the mundane. That's what you can really see. You can see your furniture, you can see your clutter, you can see if you've got a streamline effect, you can see everything that's in your environment. So that's one aspect. That's the art portion of Feng Shui. The science part is the vibrational energy that we call transcendental. You cannot see that. And that's just what happens. You can bring somebody else's energy home with you unintentionally. And so all of this stuff is happening in your house at the same time, we've got we've got extra people, and we've got, we've got the vibrations, we've got the physical stuff. Some of the physical things have had to been moved because of just the necessity of the lifestyle that's happening. But if you think of it this way, well, there's two points. One is that your house is a mirror image of your life. So what happens in your house happens in your life. That's really what we want to do with Feng Shui is we really want to create the benefit in your life. And to do that, you really start with the stuff in your house. So one of my favorite sayings is external movement creates internal shift. When you move something in your house, you really can feel that in your body. And so that's where we are right now with the Feng Shui. It's all about
right now, honey,
the placing of items to create the flow of qi or the flow of energy that is in your environment, really to create the best life that we all deserve. So that's kind of it in a big nutshell, I guess I would have to say.
Yeah. So the experiences in 2020, a lot of people may have been, I don't watch the news at all, but there was a mental and physical state caused by so many changes, and some people received it differently than others. So, so what do these shifts have on these changes? What do they have on, the shifts of our body, our physical state, our mental state, our environment, and more people in the home? And I know the different areas, like the center of the home is probably more health. So talk about some of the areas of the health and maybe how these changes could have affected that.
Okay. The first thing I think that's really critically important is our mental health. Everybody has just been experiencing kind of an overload. And I think to myself, how can we be so busy when there's nothing to do? I mean, that's one of the things. We're all on overload with different kinds of learning capabilities and how we're going through our day and our daily tasks, getting things done. We're doing them in different manners than we're used to. And that really can create just such a different focus for our lives and just our mental state. Kids are coming up and interrupting, or people, more people in the house, as I said before. So one of the areas of the house that is one of the most important places to look at for the mental situation that's going on and just to kind of clear the energy is your front door. No matter where your front door is, that relates to the head of the body. Nice. So one of the things that I would just recommend is just even to go out and take a broom and just sweep the outside of the front outside of the exterior by your front door. Clear away any leaves or any, maybe if people are listening to this where it's just snowed, get the snow shovel out. Make sure that this is, so wherever you are in the country, it's like whatever your environment has produced for you, you want to clear that energy and remove that. On the inside of the house, make sure that your door opens freely, that there's not shoes, there's not jackets or coats, that it opens all the way. So those things are really important for your head health. The center portion of your home also just relates to, as you were saying, Patricia, the health area. Make sure that area is clear. Just clear that you're able to pass through there. One of the things that you could certainly easily do is that area is what we call an earth area. So anything that relates to the earth, it could be tell the kids to go outside and get a rock, pick up some rocks from outside.
Or beautiful crystal, right?
Or a beautiful crystal, absolutely. I mean, you could use a citrine there. That would be lovely. Or you could use a Feng Shui crystal. That's the faceted round crystals, which is one of my favorite adjustments. And just simply placing that in the center really grounds that energy of, your physical body, your health, your mental health, and the idea that you brought up about the crystal, they can be a stone, a crystal stone from the earth, or they could be, like we talked about the Feng Shui crystals with all the facets that circulate that chi in the health area. That is one of the most important areas to put the faceted crystal, is in the center of the home, because that affects all of the rest of the energies of the house.
That's a great, great comment, because I've got this beautiful crystal that I've got it off to the side. I'm going to move it to the middle of my room.
I think we had you on before, and you were talking about that, because I have a nice big quartz crystal kind of long when I used to hold in my left hand when I was doing certain things, but I put it more in the center on my coffee table. But I always make sure my kitchen is clean, organized, and it just really helps because I do, I'm the kitchen concierge. So it makes a huge difference to our creativity and our less stress when everything is organized, front facing, easy found in the kitchen, no dirty dishes. Yeah.
Absolutely. And that kind of goes back to, the energy of stuff, the energy of clutter, and keeping things streamlined. One of the two words that are my favorite, for Feng Shui when we talk about clutter is, either just streamline or minimize. Those are the two things. When people think about clutter, it's one of those words that creates almost like mental anxiety, because we think about, oh my gosh, we have to go through the whole room all at once, and that's just not at all true. You can clean out a drawer while you're on the phone, or there's just so many small steps that you can make as far as minimizing the clutter in your mind. One of the other things that I just want to take a step back and go to the center of the house where we're talking about the stones or the Feng Shui crystals. Mm-hmm. If you don't have any of those in your house, you can certainly bring in living energy, which is, yellow flowers, any type of flowers. And one of the things that I think is so important is when you bring in any type of a plant, that just raises the vibrational energy of your space. It makes it's not only raising the vibrational energy of the space, but it's also raising the vibrational energy of your body. You see that. It's a visual impact that lightens the stress mentally and also brings in the positive vibration of chi into your body. It's that life energy that is so important. So if you don't have a crystal or a chunk of rock that you can bring in and set there, that's another easy way that we can all go out and raise the vibrational energy, of the house.
That's great, because I know when it's time to get a new set of flowers to come in, just to feel the love of nature through the flowers is so beautiful. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I know a lot of people ask me about abundance. I think you've been on the phone before. I have a home office, and people want to know about how can I bring more abundance into my life. Love, abundance probably are two of the biggest ones that people ask me about. But are there any really interesting little tidbits you can share on that?
Yeah, there's a couple. One of the things, since you brought up the office, that let's just kind of chat about that for a moment. That can impact your abundance with the position of the desk. And what we always talk about in Feng Shui is having the mountain behind you. So as we're working at home, the best position for the desk is to have your chair, the back of your chair, against a solid wall, because that represents, the wall represents the mountain of support. That is the support in your career. The second thing is to be able to see the door as you're sitting at your desk. Now, this doesn't mean the front door. This means the door to if you're in a bedroom, or the door to